Гадать пацана, посчитать потери. Суммы нули погибают на сцене. Снова один, прогуляюсь без тени. Заливаю лик, поцелуй на шее. Карты дома, правда назад, черный каскад.
Welcome back to the channel. It has been quite a bit since we've been here, but we're going to be kicking off another episode of the Tipoff series. Now, obviously, if we went back on how much we missed, we will be here all day. So we're just going to jump straight into what's in the action right now. We probably will do a catch-up or a review video, just kind of glancing over the season later on as the season goes along. But right now, we're in All-Star Weekend, and there's a lot to talk about. Em, how you been? How's the holidays? How's everything been going?
Yeah, it's been a minute, but I've been well. Like you said, lots to catch up on. I feel like if we try to do it all, we're going to get nothing done because there's just too much to say. So best approach is to just kind of go from where we're at with All-Star and all that good stuff. But I've been good. Staying busy, as I'm sure you are yourself.
I'm doing decent. The new job has been keeping me up on my feet, so I enjoy it. Enjoy my coworkers. It's more of like being in a newsroom for the first time for me, at least. It's different, but at least the people around are kind of chill. Like it's not as like the job is already stressful as is. But with people, that's chill, good conversations around, and then everyone's passionate about what they're doing. It kind of helps push, the long shifts.
Sure.
But overall, with the new schedule being there, the only thing that I kind of miss is being there with my soccer teams on the weekdays because it takes a 1 to 10 shift. So that means I can't be there during the weekday practices. So that's only back end burner that I can say that with the new job that I'm not liking is kind of like the scheduling, you know what I mean? Because I can't do soccer during the week. But aside from that, I've been enjoying everything and been trying to recover from whatever crazy illness that's been spreading around the house. So.
Oh gosh, I know. Trust me, everybody I know has it. Fingers crossed I don't get it, but everybody around me is sick. So, hope you feel better. I'm glad the new job is going well. I think it's super important that you at least like the people that are around you, because when the days are shitty, at least you like the company and you can kind of go from there. So
yeah, awesome. The first month, it's like I said, it's been a ride, but I've learned a lot with the people that is there, and they didn't just throw me to the wolves. That's something that I can say about this news station in particular. They didn't throw me to the wolves. They gave me some proper training. Like I haven't even full on I'm now starting working on my own newscast now. Like I haven't even full on touched it just yet because the whole month has been like training, learning bits and pieces. So I feel like I'm able to digest a lot because it's a big job to digest. So.
Oh yeah, for sure. That's awesome. I'm glad they didn't just throw you to the wolves because nothing would be worse than being unprepared. So at least when it is your time to be solo, you'll be
100%. So guys, we're gonna go off into this All-Star weekend and with some hate and some love coming from both sides of the spectrum. Obviously, I'm not going to pull up like a first take clip because I don't want any copyrights. But you guys heard what Stephen A. had to say about how he feels currently about the All-Star and how it's a disgrace, and But at the end of the day, me personally, a disgrace is us seeing 200-point games. That's a disgrace in an All-Star game. You know what I mean? So you have to pick your poison here. It's just which one do you want? Do you want to try at least the league is trying to make the All-Star weekend something that fans will tune into for the last 5-6 years, even for the Super Bowl aspect. I'm not even going to just toss that in there. Watching the Pro Bowl and the All-Star weekend has been really diminishing over the last at least in the last decade. It hasn't been very interesting.
Oh, for sure. I think the only sport that fans truly care about the outcome of the All-Star game would be baseball because it affects the postseason. Whereas football, basketball, the guys are there for fun, but you don't get anything from it as far as, implications go. And I know that people hate on the NBA All-Star game, but I know a lot of people that hate on the Pro Bowl too, because not a lot of people are watching it or really caring for it. So I do like that they're trying these different things. They're going to try the new game percent fans, and then you have 25% players, so they vote on the starters, and then 25% media. But then when it comes to the reserves, that's only coaches. So the players have a say in the starters, but nothing else past that. I honestly feel like part of the decline is due to the dunk contest, because the dunk contest to me, when the All-Star game was super popular, All-Star weekend, I should say, the dunk contest was the spectacle of it all. And I feel like it's kind of become pathetic over the last couple of years. I mean, Mac McClung brought some life to it the last 2 years or so, but other than that, the last time I can really think of an exciting one was Levine versus Gordon. Other than that, I can't think of anything recently with the dunk contest that's been super fun or super viral.
Not at all. Because, like, in my opinion, the dunk contest, at least the last 2 to 3 years, the people they placed off in the dunk contest wasn't prepared or had any of their dunks mastered, so they're missing most of their dunks. So it's just like it's not very entertaining at all. Like, when you're like that, if you're getting selected for the dunk contest, at least come prepared with your work. That was something that, like, come with a bag. Like, don't go up there and if you miss the dunk, be close to missing it. Some of these kids be going up and full on not coming close at all.
Wouldn't this whole like okay, you get 3 tries or whatever it is, like, okay, you didn't get that time, try it again. Okay, try it. It's like, no, show up, be ready to go. Like, I get it, maybe it's not going to go down every single time, but I feel like way back when it was super popular and it was like going crazy,
they wasn't.
They were hitting them on the spot. Now it's like we're spending more time watching them set up to try again on these stupid dunks rather than just right out the gate. So I feel like they gotta up that. I think the 3-point contest it'll always be exciting. You can't really do anything to change that. I like how they're incorporating, the WNBA into it too now, so that ups the antics there. The skills contest to me is a little bit lame and weird, but I don't know. I think this new format with the game, with having 4 different teams, one team being, the rising stars. You don't want to lose to the rising stars if you're the professionals, you're the vets. So I think, like I said, they're going in the right direction, and I'm excited to see what happens in San Francisco this year because I have a feeling it's only going to go up.
I agree. As stated, with the dunk contest in particular, I feel like they just have to come prepared. They just cannot, like, that's what diminishes the whole dunk contest in particular. As far as the 3-point contest, once we get to that conversation, I do have my selected winner if he gets put off into the 3-point contest because his percentage is off the charts at the moment. You probably know who I'm talking about, but as far as
OKC.
What's up?
Is it an OKC?
No.
Okay.
I'm no OKC guy.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
No. He's I don't understand why they got rid of him, but Jordan Poole, that's my dude right now.
Oh my God! I thought you were gonna say Hero.
Hope. Jordan Poole.
Okay.
He's hooping right now, man. Like, I don't understand what he's doing over there in Washington, but 40% from the 3-point line and draining him?
Dude, I love Jordan Poole with a passion. I would love nothing more than for him to be in it, or even him and Steph. Like, if Clay doesn't want to do it, make it be Steph and Poole against Sabrina and Caitlin. Like, I love Poole. So,
yes.
Love that. Okay. So we'll go into that, and then from there, I guess we'll go into the starters, and then who we think for reserves, and then kind of wrap it up from there.
Yep, that works.
Perfect.
Alrighty. So, if you want to start it off.
Okay. So we're just starting off with the dunk contest. Okay. I'm trying to think where to. Okay, so I think my biggest issue with the dunk contest is that these guys are getting multiple tries, and it is ridiculous the fact that it feels like they're coming very unprepared. The last good dunk contest I remember, honestly, is like Levine and Gordon. Other than that, I haven't seen anything that exciting as of late. Maybe you could say Mac McClung. He gave it a little bit of life the last couple of years. But these dudes, it shows up, and it feels like they're picking the strangest names because the big names don't want to do it. And I feel like it's on the big guys to step up and want to do it in order for the contest to kind of revitalize itself.
Yeah, and I get the case of, it's injury and all this other case, but my thing is that at the end of the day, do you like hooping or don't you? Like, that's my thing. Like, it's just like you're going to have injuries regardless of what you do. Like, that's the risk of being out on the court. Bottom line to that. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? So worrying about injury your whole time, like don't get me wrong, I get it if you just don't want to do it and it's not in your interest, but at the end of the day, if you truly want to be off in the dunk contest, don't let the injury worrying about it or something like that take an effect, because it's going to take those big guys to go in and actually show up. Like, the Jaws off in the NBAs, like, I would love to see, or you know what I mean, I would love to see LeBron even attempt to go in, even with his, just his name alone, people would watch it. You know what I mean? Like, you see what I'm saying? Like,
if the dudes don't care to participate in it, they're like, then how do you expect the fans to care to even watch it? So I wish there was a little bit more pride that I think used to be there in participating in that dunk contest that's just not there now. I don't know if they're worried to get embarrassed or something, but I would love to see an Anthony Edwards, or like you said, a Ja, a LeBron. But I
And
don't
here's
know.
the thing, even if the big dogs didn't want to be in it, like, at least be around the vicinity, like, be on the side. You remember back in the day when you seen, like, young Kobe and you had the veterans sitting on the sidelines and they're geared up and then they're dunk. You know what I mean? Like, that was a vibe, in my opinion. You know what I mean? Like, if you're not going to be there dunking, at least show the respect to the young ones. Like, oh, the old cats is here? I'm not going to mess up my dunks now. You know what I mean? Like, the old heads is watching. You know what I mean? Like, that's just my opinion. I feel like if they got that type of pressure to where they have that audience there and there's actual, like, LeBron sitting there watching and, actually being there throughout the entire event, you probably would see a lot of these more, like, even the younger stars, like, oh, there's people watching. Okay, I'm gonna start performing. I'm not gonna miss my dunk this time. I'm gonna try to, and that's a thing. But I get that mindset of them going into the dunk contest. Well, no one's really gonna watch it. I might can get away. You know what I mean? Like, that's the mindset it is right now. So I know it's side events and it's mainly for the fans. But at the end of the day, like, why are you getting selected if you're not gonna go out there and do it? You know what I mean? Like, or even try.
100%. Yeah, absolutely. I do think that one thing that doesn't need that much tweaking would be that 3-point contest, just because there's not much you can do to it already. Obviously, it's pretty straightforward, but I feel like that's definitely an exciting one that people look forward to. I love what they did with Steph and Sabrina last year, and they're talking about maybe Clay and Steph, Splash Brothers reuniting in the Bay against Caitlin and Sabrina. I think that would be amazing for the game, not just the NBA, but the WNBA, the sport itself. But that 3-point contest, that one to me, that's my favorite event when it comes to the side events. I honestly like it more than the actual All-Star game.
Yeah, I can agree with it. Like, 3-point contest, and me particular, I enjoy it because, like, you've seen so many, like, great talents, the likes of, Reggie Miller. You've seen so many people enter that contest in particular. I'm liking the way they are tweaking, the way they're adding the WNBA involved, because last year's 3-point contest was very interesting. You know what I mean? Very fun to watch. So I do like that. But, like, my thing is there's not really too much you can tweak with the 3-point contest outside of dropping the 3-point line back a few inches, but that's the only real challenge for that. You know what I mean?
And they got the Mountain Dew balls or whatever they call it each year. They switch it, I feel like, all the time. But or the starry, where they take the ones that are closer to the logo, which I like, that count for more. I think that's a lot of fun. I don't think they really need to touch that one. But is there anyone in particular you want to see in that contest this season?
Jordan Poole. Jordan
100%.
Poole. Jordan Poole, like, and this my thing with it. There's other options, obviously, for the 3-point contest in particular. But Jordan Poole, what he's playing, like, I guess Washington, like, you get a lot of hate coming from there. Like, a lot of people's like, oh, you can play free at Washington. He can play whatever type of style he wants. It's still, he's putting up points on professional players. This is not high school kids that he's dropping these 3-point shots on. These are professional players that he's matching up with. Regardless if Washington lets him roam free in a system or not, he's still putting these numbers up on professional players. You know what I mean? And that's something you have to consider. That, like, it's like, and that's what a lot of people discredit. Oh, he's playing for Washington, so he can do that. Like, he's still doing that against pros. You know what I mean? Like, what do you mean?
Let's keep in mind, he's doing it being, top of the scouting report. So if he's going up against pros, he's pretty much going to be everybody's focus on the other side of the ball. So he's doing it. That's why last year I think he struggled a lot, just because he wasn't used to being the guy. And now he's like, all right, second season under my belt. Like, and now he's balling. So would love to see him. I'd like to see Tyler Hero, because we know he can shoot it. He's having a really great season. I think LaMelo would be a great choice because he's having a really great season from 3. There's a lot of good options out there. I hope that if Clay doesn't join Steph, first, I hope Clay doesn't join Steph and they have the Splash Brothers reunited for a 3-point contest. But if he doesn't, put Jordan Poole in, because Jordan Poole, there's a lot of people that love him over in the Bay. So I think that would be a great option as well.
I respect it. As far as the dunk contest in particular, I don't have anyone that I would like. Anyone that I won off in wouldn't even join. So it's just like, why mention my picks in particular? I feel like... Yeah,
I got you. I think
I would love to see Zach LaVine come back or Aaron Gordon run it back one more time, but I don't know if their knees can keep up. I don't know.
I would love to see Anthony Edwards and John Morant swallow their pride and say, you know what, let's do it. Because the two of them going at it would be so sick.
Yeah, that would. That definitely would.
But it'll never happen. That's the sad part. It'll never happen. So,
We don't
what
know.
did you
We
think
can
of?
always hope. I feel we can always hope to see a surprise guest in the dunk
Oh,
contest.
for sure. For sure. What did you think of those All-Star starters that just got announced yesterday?
Yeah.
Are you a fan? Not a fan?
It's all right.
Oof, what do you not like?
LeBron being in the top 5? No. There's a.
Oh, come on.
I'm sorry.
He's the
Fan
one that-
voted that in. I guess that's the reason. But performance-wise, he's not now. I would have
That's
had.
crazy. Here's
And
my
then you
thing.
call me like I'm gonna get a lot of hate, but you have to hear me out on
Because
that. Is that
So this is where I get upset with people that, I mean, your opinion is your opinion, but with people, I saw a lot of people hating on LeBron, Steph, KD, like the old heads, because they're like, oh, they're just getting the starter selection because of their age and what they've done for the game. But hell yeah, that's why, because this is the All-Star game. This isn't the most valuable player game. So people that are trying to argue who should be selected, who shouldn't be selected because, oh, well, they have the first seed, they have the second seed, they're the ninth seed, whatever. It's not a matter of what does your team do. It's a matter of what does that individual bring to the table, because it's the all-star game, meaning individuals coming together, the best entertainment, the best players that you want to see as individuals. And LeBron James is one of the best entertainers in basketball, whether you like his game or not. Same with Steph. So that's to me why, hell yeah, they should get the starters nod. Maybe they're not the first seed. Maybe they haven't had the best year of their career. But when you think of a star in the NBA, you automatically think of those two.
Yeah, like I'm not discrediting LBJ, but at the same time, like when it comes to like my opinion, you've had your time to shine. Give one of these other kids an opportunity to come up. Like you've had, like that's my thing is like, and here's the thing, there's not even just the fact that like you have these who aren't even starting. You have Jalen Williams, Jaren Jackson Jr. You have Domantas Sabonis. You have Andrew Wiggins. Like in my opinion, I get it. You even have Anthony Davis. I would have put Anthony Davis over the 4 over LeBron. Like it's my opinion in particular. I get the other two. Kevin Durant is still performing, even though Phoenix is not performing. Steph makes sense. There's in that position, but you're adding LeBron in this position when there's Anthony Davis sitting on the. That's mind blowing to me. Like, don't get me wrong. Like when it comes to like star, they're the same type of star in my opinion. Anthony Davis has his own brand before he came to LA, so it's not like LeBron was carrying him on that end. It's just like my opinion is that you've been here 20 years. Why don't you sit out and let Anthony start? Like that's just like that's mind blowing to me. That's the same team too. Like it's like you still get the 21 All-Star thing. Like I don't know. Maybe it's just pride. Like
two things. First, you can't like LeBron. It's not up to LeBron. He gets the bid. He's not gonna say no thanks. I'm gonna tap out and let AD have this one. But also like as someone who watched Steph,
he's even media ranked fourth.
But with last year, Steph wasn't a starter. He was a reserve. And watching him as a reserve, not being a starter, he played more minutes than some of the starters because it wasn't entertaining when he was out. Once he came in, that's when a lot of people in this, if you watch it back, a lot of people in the arena came to like, oh, hell yeah, Steph is here.
Yeah.
So it's like, it's very strange. And it's honestly, to me at least, the product is not as entertaining when you have KD, Steph, LeBron. Like when you have them on the bench as reserves, it just doesn't have the same.
Yeah, I get where you're coming from.
It doesn't have the same aura. Like it's just, to me personally, you're entitled to your opinion.
No, I get it because like I've seen how Steph came off. I get where you come like that's a good comparison because Steph coming off like I get that, but it played more.
He played more minutes than the starters, and it's because Steph Curry is entertaining. He is one of the greatest showmen in sports. Well, same for LeBron. So, I mean, to me, you give them the starters nod. The one that I was upset about, honestly, in the East, I can't believe. So, not that LaMelo didn't get the start. I understand who they picked for the East. I don't necessarily agree with all of them. But the fact that LaMelo, he was, let's see, I think 7th they put him. The media, right? The media put LaMelo, that's crazy. They voted him 7th. That is insane to me when you look at the year that he has had, that the media regarded him in that way.
Another person I'm kind of like, not to this, because I'm an OKC guy, but a lot of people are going to say, why not Luka? You know what I mean? Yeah,
which
so
I
it's just like I have to mention that without, because like don't get me wrong, because I feel like Luca got snubbed a little bit as well this season for All Star, especially with.
I think I first I think he'll be a reserve. I mean, he'll 100% be a reserve. I think for him it was the injuries. He hasn't played a lot this season, and so 50% fan vote. And if you're a casual fan, you know who Luca is. But if you're not watching him in front of you, then they'll be whatever, it's someone else. So I think that was really a matter of health as to why he didn't get selected, and combining it with the fact that it is in San Francisco and it's between SGA, Steph, and Luca because there's only two in that position, and they're not going to let Steph sit in San Francisco at Chase Center for the All-Star game. So I think that played into it as well when it came to the media vote.
Well, one thing in particular when we're talking about these starters, one person that I just don't see on the list at all, maybe I'm blind, Victor Wembanyama.
Oh no, he actually.
I'm looking on this list and I'm just like, don't see.
No, he was fourth. Yeah. Fans. He was fourth in fan voting and fourth in player voting, and then the media put him second. So he almost beat out LeBron, but LeBron got the spot over him, I believe.
There's another prime example.
No, sorry, not LeBron. Not LeBron.
Well, I was about to say prime example. Ooh, I was about to kick him.
No. So LeBron finished with a 2.5 score, and then KD was 3.25, and then Victor Wembanyama was. So it was
KD. KD snubbed him. I got you. Oh, but that's still tough.
Yeah, but KD deserved it. KD's been pooping this year. Phoenix, they've been very hot and cold, but I feel like KD's been pretty consistent when he has played. So I definitely understand, and that also the legacy of KD. Like I think that what we watched in the Olympics was Steph, LeBron, and KD, like getting to have them together again for the All-Star game to me is significant because I don't know how many more we're going to get of those. So I love that KD got the start personally.
Yeah. So we can just kind of review, like, as far as West starters, we have Steph, SGA, KD, Bron, and Jokic. I feel like no one can really argue like Jokic at all. Like that's kind of gifted. Like, no, there's no one like the other four, like the Steph one sitting in Chase Center, the other three is questionable. Even with me being a OKC fan, SGA, KD, and Bron could be tossed up with whoever's sitting on that side because the West was stacked when it comes to stars. Now, as far as East concerned, we have Brunson, we have Donovan Mitchell, we have Jason Tatum, Giannis, and Kat. Whew. Mm-hmm. I don't know about that one.
My two from the East is just Kat I feel like maybe it's a tough one because especially thinking of centers, even though Kat's really he doesn't even but it's to me they need to get rid of the positions in All-Star voting. I hate that it has to be 2 and 3. I think it's so stupid because in this league now there really are no positions. You got Victor Wembanyama more 3s than 2s, you know what I mean? So I think they should get rid of the whole position thing for the voting and just let it be East and West. But I understand why Kat is an all-star starter. I'm kind of 50-50 on. I don't really know who else I would replace him with, so I'm kind of chilling with him being a starter, I guess.
Yeah,
I'm more so what's that?
I said Kat I can agree with.
Yeah, I don't really see anyone else I would replace him with. I think Cade deserved a little bit more love, which I know a lot of people have been saying. Cade and LaMelo have been too.
Yeah, because I don't feel like, don't get me wrong, Donovan Mitchell can speak for himself, but I feel like Jalen Brunson, come on, like, he has not had the same season as last year. He's still good.
Yes, but his playmaking has been way better than last year.
Yeah, respect.
He's got more assists this season than he has in the past, and his decision-making has been way better this year. I think with Donovan Mitchell, obviously he is one of the more talented guys in the league. I think, honestly, that one, though, was cause and effect of people taking into consideration what are teams doing. So, the Cavs are so good this year. They're in first, everybody's surprised by how well they've been doing. I think that played a part, which I've already said I don't like when people take team rankings into consideration. I think it should be about the individual and their ability. Granted, I understand an individual's ability can play into wins and losses, but that's not always the case. So I think Mitchell was one of those, the Cavs are so good, they need to have a starter in the mix,
Okay. Alrighty, so all right. As far as our starters concerned, I do think there's one person in particular that um maybe he's just not getting a lot of support at all. That I feel like will snub two people that could have been put on that guard list, at least from the West side that I'm looking at now, and that's Ja. I feel like after all the PR hits that he took, I feel like that's the effect of it, because he's having a hell of a season coming back. You don't hear no bad. You don't like hear me out. Like, this is the first year you probably went all season without hearing a Ja story, outside of him doing basketball related stuff. Like,
but with Ja, so are you saying you're surprised Ja isn't a starter?
yes, like I'm looking at more on my Shea spot, because Ja. Oh man, that's a tough one. Like I said, I'm SG all the way, but I'm looking at this list a little bit more, and I'm like 7, 7, and 5. That's just
Yeah, I mean, Ja definitely has fallen off because of everything that's happened with him. So it's not that he's fallen off athletically; he's still
popularity
incredibly
I feel like has dropped.
People,
public opinion.
Yeah, people don't want to give him the time of day because of everything that's happened, I suppose. But I will say, with Memphis in particular, I think maybe one of the reasons he's a little bit lower on the list is because Desmond Bane is having a hell of a season. Jaren Jackson Jr. has been pretty damn solid. So I think because he has pieces that are stepping up as well, I think maybe that downplayed what Ja's been doing. But I do believe he'll be a reserve. He's got to get in there because Ja is one of the best over in the West, easily. I think SGA deserved it, honestly. I'm not crazy about how heavily everybody is on him for MVP, personally, because I think Jokic is having an insane year. If Luka, he's already been counted out for awards because of his injury. That definitely helped. But I think SGA being the heavy favorite for MVP, that's where I'll get into a little bit of a back and forth with. But I think he definitely deserved the start as far as All-Star game goes.
I respect it.
Okay, OKC is hooping. They look really good, especially in a competitive West. How far ahead they are right now, it's definitely impressive.
Okay, so we kind of went over, our reserves, talked a little bit about our starters. We spoke some bit already about the dunk contest. Did we go over 3-point? Did you have a pick for 3? I think we did. I think we discussed it a bit.
Yeah. We both want to see Poole in it. And then you got, like I said, I would love to see Hero. I would love to see LaMelo. Okay. Kobe White for the Bulls would be a good one. Levine too for the Bulls. He's hitting a lot of threes over there. I do think. What are you thinking as far as reserves go? I mean, do you have 3 guys where you're like, absolutely, they're going to be reserves, or are you kind of just like, we'll just toss it up to whatever happens?
Honestly, whatever happens. I would love to see Wemby in.
Yeah. Oh, he'll be in it. He'll be in it for sure.
I'm just making because I know I don't know if in my opinion they would snub him so badly because it's the West. We're talking about how many starters, so I'm just like, Wemby is one person I would like.
Yeah, and I will say reserves, like I said before, the reserves are up to the coaches. So the coaches come together and they get to pick. I believe it's 2 front court, right? Let me double check that. It is going to be. So they'll choose, 3 front court, and then 2 guards, and then they have 2 wild card spots. So Wemby, he's got to be in there somewhere for sure, because the dude's averaging 4 blocks a game right now. I get it, he's 7'4", but that's still insane because a lot of big men at his size in particular are very clumsy, and he is the complete opposite.
And he's learning so much from CP3 too, so.
Yeah, he's definitely having a hell of a season. He's actually, in the favorites to win MVP too. He's up there. I think he's going to win Defensive Player of the Year this year. We'll see what happens, but he's definitely one to watch for sure. I think Wemby will make it. I don't know. I'm excited to see. I don't think that Wiggins will make it. I know Wiggins was up there because of the fan votes. Shout out Golden State for, showing up in that sense, but I don't think Wiggins will make that list. I think everybody else on that West list, though, you're looking at Wemby, Anthony Davis, Jalen Williams, Jaren Jackson, Sabonis. I think that all those guys will definitely be reserves.
Okay. Alrighty, well, I don't have anything else. I feel like we've touched base on a little bit of everything, guys. We are probably going into next week. We're gonna go back to more of something traditional. You know what I mean? We're gonna talk a little bit about the league standings, get back into how hoops is looking, and especially trying to see what our playoff bracket is going to be looking like, because a lot of teams now have to go into play in, and now we're getting the postseason action once this All-Star break ends. So,
oh my gosh, I can't believe it. Season is flying, and my team still sucks. But hey, it is what it is. So yeah, that's about it for today. Just a little bit of All-Star recap. We'll see what happens with the reserves. I think those should be announced relatively soon, so we'll keep an eye out for those and probably touch base a little bit on in the future as well. But other than that, yeah, we got to get back into our MVP talks and seeing what teams are doing. But I feel like after the All-Star break is always a good place to start, because that's, like you said, like I feel like that's when basketball really starts to matter, especially because the NFL is over. People pay more attention to it, but that's when teams really lock in, and you figure out who's going to be the top 6 seeds.
Yep. Alrighty, guys. So we'll see you guys. We're going to try to be back next week, but we do have some other content ideas that we're going to be pitching out, so stay tuned to it.
Так дать пацанам посчитать потери, суммы нули.